creating the pictures. One thing where you can easily create the pictures is VO3, because there is Nano Banana. If you go to like new project, you can choose which model you want to be using. I would recommend Nano Banana Pro because in my opinion it looks a little bit more realistic. But for this tutorial, I'm gonna be using Higgsfield, just because I kind of like to work in Higgsfield more, and it also has like Gling, and it also has like which Gling is like a little bit more similar to VO3, for example. But I'm not gonna be talking about this just to not make it hard from the complete beginning. And it also has like some more cool AI tools which you can use. So that's why I'm using Higgsfield for this. But if if you're a beginner, then you can be using VO3 Nano Banana Pro. It's literally the same process. It's literally the same process as it would be on Higgsfield. It's just in VO3. So then let's get into generating the picture. First of all, of course, you need to kind of have an idea of what you want to be generating. I made a super extensive loom on how to do the ideation behind the AI avatars and all these things about the AI influencers, but it's going to be later in this course, so stay tuned for that. But right now, let's get into generation of the picture. So I already have an idea, which was because I already generated it, so that you guys don't have to be with me when I'm generating it, because it would take like too much time, to be honest. So basically, I created a Greek monk in Greek mountains instead of Mongolian monk in Nepal, or like I don't know which mountains these are even. But basically, just instead of Mongolian monk, I created Greek monk. It's kind of a simple switch. The cool thing is that nobody really tried it before. We have 14th April, nobody really did it before. I think I've seen like one account. So I'm surprised that nobody ever really thought of doing this, because I feel like it's a pretty cool idea. So if you're watching it and it's like, I don't know, like 1st May or something, then you will probably be good with literally copying my idea. But yeah, it depends on how many people actually copied it after like a month of watching these tutorials, for example. It might already be oversaturated at this point. Doesn't matter. However, yeah, this is just a cool kind of 80-20 from the monk. So I kind of took like 80% of this idea and then did like 20% of my idea. So I switched it for the Greek one. So let's get into the generation. The generation is super simple. As you saw, I already asked ChatGPT how to do the prompt, which is what you can literally be doing if you're a beginner. Because like, for example, I don't know, like 3 years ago, you weren't really able to do it because ChatGPT back then was really bad. And then the AI tools needed like an actual experience for you in order for you to actually make like good prompts and good characters. Right now you can easily be doing it without almost without thinking. You can just like ask AI how to do the prompts, and the AI will do the prompts for you. So yeah, let's talk about plans also for a bit. If you're gonna be getting Higgsfield, it's like you can just get the starter plan. I think, yeah, I have the ultimate plan, which is basically the plus plan. I don't know why it's called ultimate here, probably because it's for a year, because I got it for a straight year. And so yeah, let's get straight into the image generation. You can see how the monk kind of turned out. I'm gonna be explaining the process here right now. So this is how it turned out. As you can see, it's not. Yeah, this is how it turned out. As you can see, it's not perfect. The main reason for why it's not good, this one is the best one probably, but the reason why these are not good is because they are like literally portraits, and it looks like a little bit too professional, so it wouldn't look good. It wouldn't look good for the AI generation itself. So I kind of want to avoid. You overall want to avoid like overly professional looking pictures, and then you can see like he's basically just two down below in the video, and like half of the picture is literally just the mountains, which you don't want. It's even here, but you're gonna be worrying about it later when you're gonna be cropping it. So what you want to do right now, also he also needs to be looking into the camera. So what you need to do right now is you would put it as a reference, right? You would click this reference button, and you're gonna do what you're gonna type in what you want to change. So it's gonna be like, he's looking straight into the camera, right? And you would start generating it. You would click on generate. I already did it, which is here. So you can see he's looking straight out into the camera. and in these pictures he's looking straight at us into the camera. I kind of generated a little bit more times just to try my luck. I was also trying to generate it with some of the images from here, but it, as you can see, it didn't really turn out. Didn't really turn out well. These look absolutely horrible. So I went back to this one and generated this one. Super easy. The only thing why I did it before recording the video is that it just takes a little bit of time until it generates. Not that it would take you time, but you know, the AI is just like not insanely fast, especially when, for example, right now it's 2 a.m. So it's like what, like it's like 6 p.m. Eastern or something like that. And so, you know, the servers are kind of overloaded when I'm doing it at this time. So, so it just takes some time to generate. And so once you have these pictures, then you want to see like what else you want to do or what would make the videos a little bit different. If you look at this one, right, you can see that basically on all of them he's like either just normally sitting or like he's meditating or something like that. So we kind of because like this is working, we kind of want to have a similar vibe, but we can think of like making something a little bit cooler than like these boring backgrounds in house. So it would be pretty cool if he was sitting on the cliff of the mountain, right? Which we already had with the ChatGPT prompt. And so then all you need to do is just like say he's sitting on the floor and meditating, right? So I took some of the pictures I like, I put them as a reference picture. I put them as a reference picture like this, right? This one is not the best. I'm gonna show you the reference picture, the exact one I use, which ended up being this one. I could have used absolutely whichever one. I can even do it with this one just to show you guys the process. So you would use this reference picture, and you would say he's sitting on the floor and meditating. Right? You're gonna click on generate. I usually press it twice because I kind of don't care about spending some of the credits. Obviously, if you're a beginner, you wouldn't be cost friendly, so you would just click on it once, and you would just hope for the best result. But you know, I just like click on it more times so that I can have like good generations as soon as possible. Okay, and with these generations, we had basically the same thing happen as with these ones. So basically he has his eyes closed, which you obviously don't want, and then also like you have like a huge part of the mountain being visible, which you don't really want to, but you want like bigger part of the monk being visible rather than the mountains. So we're gonna adjust the prompt to fix that. So we could take, for example, this picture here. By the way, sometimes it gives you like free like free pictures, which these are absolutely horrible. But yeah, basically you're gonna put this one here, and I'm gonna paste this thing, and also we probably want his hands to be in his lap, so like we're gonna do like his hands are in his lap, and you're gonna generate it again. By the way, it's funny that I generated the whole thing just to generate it again, but I kind of want you guys to understand the whole process, so I think it's worth it. Okay, then you're gonna go through the generations that you had. I feel like this picture is pretty much perfect. This one's solid, but like still big part. I mean, you can obviously crop it, but overall, I would say this one's perfect. Even the way that he's looking into the camera, he's looking like he's very serious, and it's just looking pretty cool. I think I would still need to crop it here a little bit just so it looks better. But yeah, so we have our picture right now. Now we can crop it a little bit. So we're gonna go to photos. If you're on MacBook, you're just gonna paste it into photos and you can crop it there. We want 9:16, and just a little bit like this, where you can play around with it a little if you want. And yeah, I would say this is pretty much perfect. You still want a little bit of room down below, just you know, just so this part of his body is still visible, because like somewhere here is gonna be the text and then the like buttons and all these things. So for example, you don't want to crop it, I don't know, for example like this, because then literally nothing would be visible, because this would be covered by like the comment and like icons and all these things, and half of his body would be covered just with text, just with like your account name and all of this stuff and with caption. So let's reverse this. GG. Alright, so for some reason my photo app crashed, but it doesn't matter. Let's just fix this real quick. Alright, so does this look good? I think it does. So once you know that it's not getting covered by any icons in here, and it's not getting covered by your account name, and it's not getting covered by your caption and all of these things, then you can get straight into generation of the image. Now you can use HeyGen or you can use VO for it. VO is a little bit more realistic, but it takes a little bit of a little bit more time. You're going to see in a second why it takes a little bit more time. HeyGen is super easy, but it looks a little bit less realistic. So let's start with HeyGen, and then I'm gonna show you how to do it with VO3. Okay, for the HeyGen generation, it's literally gonna be the easiest thing ever. So you're gonna go into create your AI avatar. You're gonna upload photo. You're obviously gonna drag the photo that you just created here. You're gonna click on upload. You're gonna go with continue. You're gonna do Greek monk. You're gonna do, I don't know, this doesn't matter. This doesn't really matter, you can do whatever you want. Obviously, by creating, you have to own the rights and all these things. Voice selection, skip that. Okay, once the photo is validated and everything works, you're gonna go to create video with this avatar. Now you're gonna do upload audio, so you obviously need some audio with 11. I already have one, so I'm just gonna drag one here. It's gonna upload. You're gonna click on add audio, and then you're gonna want to choose avatar 4. There is also avatar 3, there is also avatar 5, which is probably gonna cost a lot of money. And this is also like completely new. I didn't really use it that much. This probably just recently, they probably just recently started using this. However, I want to show you all of the differences between all of the things. One thing also that you can do is in advanced settings you also have custom motion, so you can, for example, say like slide hand movements or something like this, and it's gonna be a little more realistic. So I'm gonna show you all of the motions basically. So let's go with avatar 3 first of all. This one is unlimited. You can create how many videos you want with this, basically for free, just with the casual $29 a month or something like that HeyGen subscription. It is nice if you're completely broke, but I wouldn't recommend using it just because it looks like too AI-ish. And you're gonna click on generate here. Once you choose everything, you can name it like, I don't know, like Greek monk 1. You're gonna submit. Then I'm gonna create one with avatar 4. Then another one with avatar 4, but I'm just gonna say, for example, slide hand movements as he speaks. Again, click on generate. And we can also use avatar 5 just to see how it's gonna look. So again, click on generate. Alright, so right now we have everything generated. I'm kind of leaking the characters here right now, but it doesn't matter. Let's get straight into it. So we have the avatar 3, and let's just look at the first few seconds.
Let them lose you. Do not chase what has already chosen to.
Okay, and we can now check the avatar 4 with motion prompt.
Let them lose you. Do not chase what has already chosen.
Okay, so from the beginning it seems like there's not that much difference, but the later you go in the video, the worse it kind of gets with the avatar 3, and is why I'm kind of telling people to not really be using it. If you're gonna go to, for example, later here in the script.
Fear, so let them go. Let them wonder what it felt like to be loved by you. Let them search for your
so these motions,
depth in shallow water.
This just looks super unrealistic. It just kind of seems like he's having a seizure, or he just needs to take a shit ASAP or something like that.
By you. Let them search for your depth.
He's just going kind of crazy. Whereas if you, for example, compare it with the avatar 4 motion prompt, which we can check the same one.
Or held together by fear, so let them go. Let them wonder what it felt.
See, so this is much more realistic. He has actually like natural hand movements and body movements, all these things.
Like to be.
If you look at his face, also looks much
loved
better.
By you. Let them search for your depth in shallow waters.
Okay. Then if we look at the normal avatar 4, it still looks alright.
Let them wonder what it felt like
Just a little bit less movement.
to be loved by you. Let them search for your depth.
So this one's good enough. You kind of don't need like the 2x cost. If, for example, if you're doing like one video a day, I think you would want one with the motion prompt, because in my opinion it just looks better and way more realistic. And if you're going to be using the motion prompt, there's, in my opinion, way higher probability that it's actually going to go viral, because it just looks like way more realistic, way more engaging, way better, all of these things. But you're gonna be good with just Avatar 4 if you, for example, just want to pump a lot of videos. Worst case, you can be using the Avatar 3. It's not that insanely horrible as it used to be, but it's just worth considering investing a little bit more into the Avatar 4, because this just looks like kind of weird. It doesn't even look like that it would be like kind of unrealistic in some like weird lip sync on something. It just looks straight up weird, and it looks like the guy is having a seizure or something, so not great. And if we would check the Avatar 5, it's basically almost the same as the Avatar 4 with a motion prompt.
Let them go. Let them wonder what it felt like to be loved by you. Let them search for your depth in shallow waters.
Okay, I don't really see that much difference. So ideally, you want to use, for the best bang for the buck, as Americans would say, you kind of want to be using the Avatar 4. If you are really like ultra super broke and you don't want to spend more than $29 a month, then you can use Avatar 3. And ideally, if you're having motion, if you're making like, I don't know, anything from 4K and more a month, you should probably be using the Avatar 4 with motion prompt. Also, you can ask for a little increase, not like $1,000 increase, but you can ask for like $200 increase of your on your retainer in order to make higher quality videos. That's completely doable, of course. The brands can cover the costs, as long as it's not like $1,500 or something like that. The brands can easily cover the cost and help you with putting out higher quality videos. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys all these versions of a agent that you want to be using. And this is gonna be it for the agent generations, and then we're gonna be going through also how I would edit them. So let's get into editing. Let's get, for example, this motion one, and let's download it. And I'm gonna show you how to edit it and how to actually make it look good. Okay, then you're gonna put it into CapCut, of course. Make sure that you're editing in 9:16, otherwise you're gonna have like a black cropping around. It usually works automatically with 9:16, but make sure to always click it just to be sure. Then you of course want to do some text. So you're gonna go into captions. You're gonna generate, right? It's gonna generate. Let's see if it does it in next 10 seconds, so I don't have to stop the video or cut it. I'll probably have to. Right, so we're done. For this video, I think you can keep like the basic captions. Just click on this over here so that you have this like black stroke around. In my opinion, it looks much better. Then you can just quickly go over the captions, see if they look good. You can maybe move with them a little bit. Yeah, I think for this style, not doing some crazy animations is just much better. Just these are very nice if you're using the monk. So yeah, we're just gonna check if there's something that's not like completely crazy that he's like misspelling, because sometimes it does. It's very worth it to just like check the captions real quick.
The heart does not release.
Okay, maybe one thing I don't really like here is how it's flashing. So you can just move these so that it's not flashing. In my opinion, it just looks much better.
Yes, it may ache. The heart does not release ease.
Yeah, this is definitely a little better. I think you can just move these so that so the text doesn't appear sooner than he starts talking. So just do it like this. It's gonna look much better.
Do not confuse attachment with destiny. What is truly, and you return to yourself. Grow quietly, strengthen you.
Okay.
And one day without force, without effort.
Yeah, so this in my opinion looks way better than if it just like flashes like this, you know. So you just like play around with it, move it a little. It's gonna look super clean. It's gonna look nice. Okay, here when he says like
something
comment
inside you, comment
let them below, you can just make sure that you know, they know that they're supposed to comment let them. So I'm just gonna do it like this, so they know what they're supposed to comment.
Let them below.
And now the last thing that is optional, you can also go to audio and you can search something like birds chirping ambient sound, and you can put it here. For this, like, he's on a mountain, so I would probably not. It's probably gonna be like dead quiet in there. But for some videos, it's nice to just put some birds chirping into there. Let's see if we can find something good. Okay, I had to go to birds chirping only instead of birds chirping ambient. So you would just like put this there, right? You would like duplicate it and maybe have it like somewhere here. And then, you know, again duplicate and put it somewhere here. Should be just all right. I would also like make it like really quiet so that you almost can hear it, you know, just so it's like very like nice ambient sound. As I said, to this video, in my opinion, doesn't really fit. It's just something you can optionally do to make your video better. You can play around with the SFX a little bit more. For example, like you can go on YouTube and like hear whatever, for example, what would fit is just like searching, for example, like sounds of goats, for example, which could make it a little bit more realistic, because there's definitely goats in the mountains. But
let them lose you. Do not chase what has already chosen to walk away. Do not beg for what does not recognize your presence. Be still, my friend. If they cannot see the light you carry, it is not because your light is dim. It is because their eyes are not ready. You were never meant to prove your worth.
So yeah, making it somewhat like this
is not something you earn. It is something you remember. Yes.
So you know, so you just slightly hear the birds and all of these things. Is pretty nice. I definitely, like, from this video, I would just like not put it there. It only is worth it when you have someone, for example, literally like sitting on a meadow, or if you have a farmer who's sitting on a farm and behind him are a lot of cows or goats or whatever. Then you can like put in the sounds. But here it doesn't really make sense that much. And yeah, then you're just gonna export. Let's just move these captions so they show up straight up.
Let them lose you.
Okay. And then, you know, we're just gonna export. Just gonna name it whatever. Obviously, we want to export video. Just gonna name it whatever you want. We're gonna export in 2K. Doesn't matter. I would just always choose a higher bitrate. We just always use higher bitrate. Frame rate can be 30 FPS. It doesn't matter, since usually the HeyGen videos are 60 frames per second anyways. And you know, you're just gonna export, and you have a whole HeyGen video. So the editing for HeyGen is super easy. For VO3 is gonna be a little bit harder. But yeah, let's get to the VO3 generation right now.